Happy New Year to everybody. 2019 has arrived. We live back another Annus Horribilis. Annus Horribilis began with Her Majesty the Queen's speech in 1992, continued in 2008 with another Annus Horribilis, and particularly for the shipping industry and the world at large stage. So here we are in Athens at the suburb of Paleon Phaliron, one of the most ancient neighborhoods of Athens, a demos, okay? And we are here under the last emperor of the Byzantium for that time being, Constantine Paleologos, who gave his life in 1453 and allowed the biggest mistakes in history to take place by the new conquerors. We have to straighten that. As we will speak later, the Ottomans and their successor, the Turks, destroyed everything in their way, even civilization, and they continue until this very moment we speak with. Now, 2018 was Annus Horribilis, and this is the horizon of the ships. There is a ray of hope, of course, as you can see, and here in the seaside of Paleon Phaliron, just off Piraeus, one of the biggest ports and the most important shipping center in the world it is, you can see that we are still in a very bad state in the market. The BDI closed at 1,271 points on the 24th of December, the last trading day, which is 95 points below last year's closing of 1,366. The biggest issue of humanity is the migrants, to all intents and purposes, let's call it, in both sides of the Atlantic, and lately, as you have read just before Christmas and the New Year, in the Channel, in the British Channel from France. They're trying to cross over with boats to the UK. This is despicable. Somebody is trying to call a fast one on all of us. So this is unacceptable. So the migrants, remember, they can floor down the entire European Union and then the world at large. So it is important to take this. We are in a tranquil environment here, and we have to speak up for people to understand. The world debt is $250 trillion. Can you imagine? The economists, they failed once again. The wars are increasing. The environment with the emissions and all that, the same. Let's go to some practical things. Events. The events of the events, the biennial event of Posidonia, once again broke every record you can imagine, both on the business arena, let's call it, as well as in the social one. And it ended up, of course, with a great press conference by the president of the Union of Greek Shipowners, Theodore Beniamis, and the Yes to Shipping event, a memorable event to remember. Further to this, other events that took place were Wista's international event up in Norway above the Arctic Circle. It was also the 30th anniversary of the Norwegian Wista. The Norwegian girls, they managed, we have to stress that, the last moment to gather over 300 delegates there from all over the place. That's important. And, you know, had it be a better momentum for them before the event, it was going to surpass 500. Tromsø, a fantastic city, the cleanest city up in the north. It's the capital of North Norway, let's call it. The other event, which was very important for what's coming on 2020, was the IBIAS event, the International Banker Industry Association event in Copenhagen. And of course, we are really on the idea that there are a lot of issues that they don't let us sleep at night. Other events was the Hamburg event, the Oslo, Norship, they were really very good events. Some other events in the States where Capital Link is the spearhead, also on other places as well, but in the US, Capital Link of the Bornozis clan are doing very well. Marine Money too, with the major events on ship finance, a very important issue because ship finance has lost its glue in the past. It's very difficult to get money and make fleets. We're going to face a very big issue with the shipping industry. China is on an offensive with other issues, and of course we might see a bit of trouble in the Pacific Ocean with Taiwan. Remember this. Of course, the big enigma is the US President Donald Trump. You have to be very careful how you follow this leader. It is important to do it. Brexit. Was de Gaulle right when he said about the UK that they're not ready to moor into the continent? M-O-O-R, So we don't know what's going on to happen there. It's a very perplexed situation. And don't forget that the Commonwealth is over 2 billion people and they can do whatever they like. Somebody else is trying to destroy the United Kingdom for its own purposes. We are very pleased to see in the list of the 100 most important people in the shipping industry, Uni anymore from Libya to be there in the list. She was there with a newcomer in the industry, Sofia Konstantopoulou, who did her best in a very short period of time to stage a memorable event of IBIA in Copenhagen. I'm returning back to the migrants, and what I'm trying to tell you now is that whatever else, at least the migrants in Greece, they were depicted by the memorable photographic exhibition of Margarita Mavromichalis at the Hellenic Center, Lesbos, in despair, in hope. What? It covered every single aspect of the migrant issue. If Mrs. Merkel is a powerful lady, then she can stop her alliance, her allies, the Turks. Can she do that? Or she's afraid? And this is afraid of what? Europe must begin to make a convergence. That's how it started, to be a convergence, not to be a big gap between the north and the south. On the arts, we're doing amazingly well, combined, of course, with the environment. One of our newcomers in the site is Kira Phoenix Kinan, with an amazing view of the oceanus, of the world from the top, to cover the environment and many other issues. Don't forget that beyond Greece, in London, the most successful event of the Greeks is the Hellenic Engineering Society of Great Britain annual dinner and ball. This year, it takes place at the same venue at Grosvenor House on the 23rd of February. I'm sure you're there. We're gonna break another record. Over 750 people is the target this year. I would like to thank all of you on behalf of Annie Zaid and the entire team of Allaboutshipping for your unsolicited support and your business support as well in the site, which is the only free platform on planet Ocean. Look at the horizon. Look at the sun is coming up. We are hopeful, but we need to have pragmatic leaders even in the shipping industry. We are going to live a very tough 2019 and be ready for many surprises. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk at Faliron, which is also a shipping suburb with sailing clubs, you name it. And we wish you good health above all for 2018 and the years to come. Over and out.